We're through the first quarter of the season. Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And they're brought out by the 10th pick of the 2024 draft, a national champion at Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
All J.J. has ever done in his career, no matter where he's been, is win. And there's something to that. I know at times it's hard to measure how much of it was him, how much of it the people around him. Most importantly, just ask his teammates over the years. They love playing with him. That is a characteristic that's important, and I don't think talked about enough, Kate. Do your guys in the huddle want to play for you? Do they believe in you? Everywhere J.J. has been, he's lit up that huddle, and success has followed.
18 Cardinal.
On play action now, McCarthy finds his man. It's Demario Douglas. He has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. It's a gain of 29 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. If you get explosive plays, those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
First carry here for Tony Pollard. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Motion man sent left. Now it's McCarthy. The back's got it. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills take a 6-0 lead right away. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. McLaughlin sacks on the extra point. And the Bills will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Don't feel good about it after that first drive. 4-0 Bills.
McLaughlin has it on the teeth, and he's ready to send this flying. His return starts at the 5. Tackles made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Kate, when you partner a relentless work ethic with elite athleticism, you get Jayden Daniels. He put on an absolute show, one of the best rookie years in the history of the game for a quarterback. And with a work ethic and speed and arm, I don't know why he would ever slow down.
And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he set out. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. That one goes for 25 yards. And it brings up an LA first down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarters. You couldn't script that run any better.
First down, and they go right back to it. And the big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of them on that run. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
And no look there, and that throw falls to the ground.
Quarterback with his renounce, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
60 Vikings, Dragon 60. 60 Bobcats, 60.
Third and long for Daniels. Oh, he lost the football. It didn't look like a Bill got it. Well, no return after that recovery. They do get the fumble, but they're going to have it deep on their own side.
This is exactly what you want out of your defense. If they're not going to secure the ball on offense, and they're going to give you a shot at it, well, punch that ball loose and get a body on it for the recovery.
A nice work by the defense to start this. on the first play.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Definitely got to watch for a safety here, partner. 2nd and long from their 1.
Here we go.
McCarthy from his own end zone. Gets it quickly to Douglas. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
McCarthy throwing on his 3rd and 1. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the sack. So on 4th down, it's Ryan Wright out to punt it away. He dodged the tackle. And a nice return has him looking at a very short field now. First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, Daniels. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense, guys up front, and give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
On 2nd down, Robinson is able to drive that punt.
I'm definitely not ready for a one-on-one. I thought it was a 3-bid.
About a yard. Tackle made by Demetrius Knight.
Okay, ready?
Bills bringing an extra DB out. 3rd down.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Daniels. That's the 1st down, and he's still going. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. And that's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Chargers ball as we get back for the 2nd, and they are thinking points. From the red zone on 1st. It's his running back. It's an air raid touchdown. The Chargers can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. Gamble now on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Throw left side, grabbed by Allen. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. They put a receiver in motion here left. 2nd and manageable. He's throwing. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
That was pretty cool right there. I mean, that is an underrated effort on that play from his target, hustling and bustling his way to make sure he was in the neighborhood of that throw. So the Zebras, they couldn't penalize.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Bills with a punt team out there. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line.
Yeah, we'll figure that out afterwards.
Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Taylor rapping to pick that one off. And the Bills Giants are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, great team defense there. No matter where he looks, Brock, there seemed to be a defender there, including where the pass eventually went, and that was why it was intercepted.
Such a disciplined rep there from the defense. As a QB, you try to extend the play to break them down defensively. Nobody did. And as a quarterback in that case, when you don't have a lane to throw it and the field is shrinking, you've got to throw that ball in the 5th row.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Looking inside the red zone. Setting up the screen. It's Pollard. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions.
Has it at the back of the end zone, but the throw carries him out of bounds. It's incomplete. Big play for this offense. It's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Buys time, rolling right.
Oh my God!
Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills parlay the interception into points. J.J. McCarthy, the touchdown. Coughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Bills grow their lead to 8. McLaughlin has it on the teeth, and he's ready to send this flying. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
To throw, Daniels. Let's get it, left side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
65.
It's 3rd and 2. Now Daniels. Now trying to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Chargers trailing on the scoreboard. 1st down, ball at the 36. Now Daniels to throw. Forced out to his right. The right side hauled in by Kmet. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Play action now. Daniels. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running with it. And he's going to be hit. Sent out after about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds, or he could get the 1st down.
He picks up 15 on the play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
15 yards. That's another Chargers.
Here's Daniels. And the Bills get to him. Down he goes. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're 1st. A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
With each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Sam Martin on now to punt it away on 4th. I guess he didn't really quite know his own strength there. That kick cleared the end zone entirely. It's going to be a touchback. working from the gun to start. First and 10. Off play action. It's McCarthy. He's got Jalen Lade. He's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. And the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Finds him over the middle. And this one does not go far.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or with big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Buffalo calls it second time out of the half. Offense getting set. Here's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Back to the air, McCarthy. Brought in downfield by Gesicki. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got first and 10 from the red zone.
At the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now. Right side and in the hands of Allen. Escapes the defender. And he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. First and goal coming up.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First down.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Throwing again now. McCarthy. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. They just can't finish the play.
Chase McLaughlin on for the field goal. A 23-yard.
The kick by McLaughlin is good. And it's now a two-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
You know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's the final play of our first half. He'll throw it. We look underneath here. Robinson. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. So a 2-score. We'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the third quarter. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Starting from the 5. Jukes away from one. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you, the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. That's exactly what they did.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Connecting on a slant. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down.
He did such a good job, and not just hitting him in a window on that slant, in the right window, but hitting him right in time, right in a spot where he had room to run and add on to that catch.
First and 10, a run to Robinson. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Chargers will have a first.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
That's cut at the 4. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Daniels now bringing his guys to the line, getting everyone set for this two-point attempt. They'll try to run it in, and they get the two-point conversion. He's in, the lead, only a field goal now.
Chargers.
right, welcome everyone. Let's go and get started. This is Tim Show, J Morgan TGP. Welcome. This is a bid meeting for STEP, which is South Texas Enhancement Project. Can y'all see my screen right now?
Yeah, yes, you can.
Good deal. Let's start off with some introductions. So, again, I'm Tim Cho. I'm the project manager of the STEP project. We've got a couple other kindergarten folks on here. We've got Christine and Steven. We'll go ahead and kick off the introductions with them. Christine, would you mind kicking us off next?
I'm Christine Scrivener. I'm the engineering design manager for the interstate pipes.
This is Stephen Koo. I'm a design engineer. I work under Kristen.
Right. And we'll just go from the top of my screen. That's shown. Just go take the order. So I'm seeing Richie.
This is Richie Malton with WS Nelson.
I'm seeing Kevin.
It's Kevin Schofield with Trust Solutions Group.
Chris.
Yes, Chris Malone with Keystone Engineering.
Dave.
Yeah, David Halbeck. I'm also here with Trust Solutions Group.
Lee.
Lee Wilson, also with interest.
Aaron.
Aaron Webb with Keystone Engineering.
Jonathan.
John Walsh with Trust Solutions.
Good deal. Good deal. Let's see. So do we have anyone from Audubon on the call? All right, what about Gulf Interstate? All right, well, let's go and get started then. Right. Welcome again. This is a engineering bid meeting for the compression scope for the South Texas Enhancement Project. And if you have any questions throughout the meeting, just feel free to interrupt me and just ask. It's probably be a lot better. That way we can just go and address any questions you'll have up front instead of trying to hold them off to the end and might forget some or whatnot. So, yeah, feel free to just interrupt me if you have a question or something. So, all right, here is the project team on here. I'll send a copy of this presentation out to all the folks on the call as a reference for the bid. But you can see our team right here. We have Fadia for system design, Steven who's on the call here as well. Some other folks, IME Automation and Civil, they were joining the call. We got Daniel, Paul Kaler, and Juan, as well as design. The purchasing side, we've got Ryan and Irene assisting us. And for the on-site construction support, we've got Jason Carr, Jennifer Earhart, Eric Herman is Robert. He hasn't assigned somebody, or yeah, it's going to be Robert for the point of time being. And for operations, it's in the 20 Palacios area. The ops supervisor over this is going to be Archie Garcia. All right, so here's just a quick regional overview, just kind of orient y'all of where the project's located. Major city next to it is Corpus Christi. You can see the majority of the projects that we over here where the 30-inch interconnected lateral is at near Agua Dulce. Then about 49 miles south, we're going to have our booster station, which is Station 44, and that's what we are bidding on today. Here's a quick local overview of the three potential sites. The KMZ I sent out previously. It's only got one option. It's only showing option 1, but there's option 2 and 3 as well. Just kind of dive deeper into those options. So this is our original location, and the main reason this location was picked was because the existing mainline house is just right there. The reason why this site isn't good is just realize that there's a home right across the street from the station, and this guy's kind of having to live in the middle of nowhere and with a station right in front of it. That would be very neighborly. So we got some other options we're going to look at a bit further north. Option 3 is here within the same landowner track, because we know this landowner is favored that we work with. But this one has a limited longer suction discharge lines, and option 2 is station just south of Valparaiso, Texas. It's a single solar C3 pump compressor. Typically, you'll probably see the TGP and intrastate designs in a compressor building, hydronic heater, the whole nine yards, but we're going to forego that. We're going to have these installed in the enclosure. Currently, the PO has been issued to Solar. We issued it early October. They're going to be responsible for the air inlet, exhaust, and removals. We're not going to pull out any of those scopes as separate equipment items. For ancillary equipment, we're going to have gas coolers, we're going to have coalescing filter separators, as well as an associated condensate tank. We're going to try and combine the domestic and turbine fuel gas skids. We're going to do something a little bit different here. It's we're doing on another project called Mississippi Crossing, and we're doing the same design over there. And what we're suggesting to do is use regulator heater boxes around our regulators, then a fuel gas heating downstream of that. So that's the setup we're going to use. It's going to be a catalytic heater. We're going to have an ESC system, possibly with an inlet filter separator. We're going to have air compressor skid, standby generator, recycle anti-surge lines, load-on silencers. If you go with one of the other option sides, likely you may not have the suction discharge lines, from both of the pipelines, the 401 and 402. We'll have new utility power draw. Since we are in the middle of nowhere, we're going to have well water as well as a leach field for septic. Like we have an ox building with a small office, with MCC building, a UPS battery system, stormwater pond, etc. So if you look in the scope of work, it dives in a little bit more detail of all these components, the expectation of as well. So all station piping is going to be designed to 1,000 PSIG, and also the station is not going to be reversible. It's only going to be single direction flow. So I don't remember if I had these conditions in there, but I'll send out a copy of this presentation that shows proposed conditions for the station. So any questions up to this one? All right, good deal. So this is the scope of work of the project. We'll go into the scope of work of what's expected from the engineering firm. A lot of you may have noticed that there's two scopes that were sent out, the FERC engineering support as well as the detailed design. The intent isn't to separate out those awards, but they have to be awarded to the same engineering firm. But I wanted to physically demarcate between the two scopes, just to make it clear that we're going to have a FERC engineering support portion of this as well as a detailed engineering design portion. And those two phases may overlap, but just be aware that we've got two separate expectations on this. So, any questions on that separation?
As far as the overlap, we're talking more toward the end, or are we looking at direct, a lot more overlap than just like toward the tail end of phase one?
Good question, good question. So yeah, good segue to the next slide as well. So basically the overlap is, if you can think of just a preliminary design phase as the FERC engineering support, and that preliminary design phase is extending much longer, that's essentially the overlap. So starting early December timeframe, we'd like to kick off the engineering. We've got a solar kickoff meeting. If we do get an award by then, and I'm expecting on top of that, we can probably do a team's type setup if y'all can't make it that quickly. But from the FERC engineering design support, we're going to initially develop the facility plot plan, grading plan details, and within the plot plan, which is going to be our actual layout that we need to move forward with. That's going to include utility layout, how we're going to run the lines, fencing. Basically, we won't use the whole 20 acres, what our actual station fencing is going to be, and that's going to be for noise modeling, emissions, location major equipment for emissions and whatnot. So whatever we develop in this plot plan, we're going to go ahead and just move right into the P&ID development as well. So that's what I kind of meant, that it's going to overlap slightly. So
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so the idea is you get the initial phase one deliverables put into play, and then once there's a general agreement on that, you would start doing your overlap with the detailed design.
Correct. Yes, sir. Yeah. And again, this is just clearly demarcating that we've got work engineering support ongoing. And if there is something that arises from the FERC engineering support that needs to change on the plot plan, we don't finalize the plot plan and detailed design until likely afterwards. We'll do our P&IDs, process flow diagram, and whatnot. That shouldn't affect the plot plan too much. Primary changes we would have on our plot plan would be equipment relocation. Like we needed a little bit more spacing between. Actually, we only got one here in there. If we need a little bit more spacing between equipment, or if we need to get a bit further away from the fence side, those are the minor adjustments we would likely see on the facility plot plan. And that would carry over to our detailed design as well. So you can see the high-level schedule, some key milestone dates we're looking at. The target filing date is end of April of 26th, so that's what these dates coincide with. We get a couple review periods to match up with the resource report reviews and whatnot, and make sure we're supporting environmental right-of contractors as needed. So
all those should say phase 1, correct?
correct.
Okay.
Correct. This is all phase.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir. Yeah, correct. So then here's just a quick sample of the work plot plan. And this one's off Mississippi Crossing project we're doing right now. Here is an overall layout of what we're seeing on the entire property tract. And you can see this gives essentially the property boundaries, any pipelines running through there, any water features, the access road, and the general layout of the roads, fencing, whatnot. And then from there, what we'll also need is a spacing calculation as well. This is to provide to the right-of-way contractor, let them know what's permanent workspace, what's temporary workspace, what's access road workspace, whatnot. So the color coding will help define that. We'll get those anchor gives or whatever over to the right-of-way contractor. And then we'll likely have a third page as well that outlines the equipment layout within the facility. So what we're going to try and avoid is showing the piping here, because it's just going to be too early to be doing actual piping design and routing. But we should at least know what the general layout of our station would be, such as here are the 3 turbines right here. Here's all the switchgear, generators, air skids over here, aux building. These are the coolers. I think these are the separators. So you can see we just got a block for the separators. So this is the kind of level of detail that we're expecting through the FERC site plan drawings. And I mean, worst case, we may move this block instead of 10 feet of separation, we may have 25 feet of separation. We may have minor changes like that. But this kind of give you an idea of what we're expecting from the engineering support phase. So any questions on this slide right now? All right, so phase 2, engineering firm is going to be responsible for full engineering services, drawing development, material and equipment specification development, bid review. Again, I'll start touching base on some of these aspects on the following slides. But the full scope of work, you can refer to the scope of work for full details about what we're expecting for deliverable scope, schedule, etc. But here is a high-level schedule of what we're looking at. This coincides, so preliminary design review, IFA, is about March timeframe. This is about when we would have a good final plot plan for filing support, and we would build upon that with P&IDs and PFDs for approximately this date, about March timeframe. And the final goal is to target about September of 26, so that we can propose to go out for bids in November of 26. So that's what the schedule is lining up to do. So some of the expectations for some of those phases, so you can see on the schedule here, we're going to have the preliminary design reviews. I'll review that on the next slide. And then some parts of the design review component, what we're expecting by May timeframe, etc. So by March timeframe, this is what we're expecting to have developed at that point. We need a site plan, obviously, from the FERC filing support, and we'll have PFDs and P&IDs to initially start off everything. From here, we'll start specifications by April timeframe. So that gives us about a month to go ahead and review these drawings, review this, and then start getting specs ready for long lead items like the MCC generator, getting large bore valves, whatnot. So the target is to try and start the material procurement about April timeframe once we have a good preliminary design in place. Right now, we've got 6 floor locations proposed. I don't think we're going to need 6 floors for 20 acres. Let me know if you think in the proposal if 3 floors is sufficient. I'm thinking that may be. Let's go and change it to 3 floors. Let me make a note of that. Let me change to 3 floors.
Is that subcontracted cost?
Correct. Correct. Yeah. All right, so any questions on the preliminary design requirements and expectations? All right, so then building on this, next would be our design review. And this is what we would expect by about May timeframe of 26. And then at this point, we should hopefully have our major equipment spec'd out, bidding ongoing, hopefully some of the equipment awarded. The valves identified, that bidding ongoing. Piping and some of the smaller bore fittings, we can definitely work with that a little bit later. But large bore valves and actuators, we definitely get that ball rolling. Generator, things like that. So I won't go piece by piece of this, but this is overall we're expecting. I pulled this from the scope board as well, so it should be in there in reference also. So any questions on this portion? So the next one is going to be our IFD. So then at this point would be about September timeframe, and we would expect to have all the IFR stuff developed. In addition, we should probably have our vendor equipment drawings received as well. We can start implementing those into our drawings, finalizing the foundation plans, whatnot. So this will get us a near complete package that will go out for bids in Q3 of 26. I'm not going over IFC, that's self-explanatory, but essentially any comments or anything we catch on the IFD package, we'll try and catch it on IFC and get that finalized near the end of 26. For procurement support, we'll again refer to the scope of work for full expected responsibilities and the deliverables, but here's a high-level scope of what we're looking at. So Kinder Morgan's got our own RFM form, which is a request for materials form. It's very simple. Once I fill out the top information for AAP coding and all that good stuff, you just list it in the Excel sheet below of what the equipment or material description is. We'll use that to go ahead and bid out equipment and materials. So the expectation is to have the engineering firm develop these RFM forms as well as the accompanying equipment specifications for the bidding. Then that overall bid package, once it's good to go, we'll get the Kinder Morgan procurement team, and that'll be Harry Jackson, who's assigned to this project. They'll collect the bids and any questions and clarifications and pass it on to the engineering team, you guys and myself. And then with that, you're help evaluating the bids and make sure that they are acceptable within our issued specs, Kinder Morgan specs. And we'll likely only be reviewing the lowest bidders, but I mean, if that one's no good, we'll obviously need to go to the next lowest bidder to review. And then Kinder Morgan will go ahead, based on that evaluation, Kinder Morgan will go and issue the PO to the vendor for the equipment or material. So yes, Chris?
Yes, just to be clear here, it's really just specification fee documents. You guys will do your own technical bid evaluation, but clarification RFIs that need addressing, you will funnel to us, and then you guys will just issue the POs themselves. What about on vendor data? Are you guys going to do the initial review of it, or are you looking for the engineering firm to do the vendor data review as well?
We need you say vendor data review, do you mean the proposals that they send in?
Not the proposals, but after the award for the actual data for like connections to equipment and things like that.
Oh, definitely. Yes, definitely. We need to interact with them and give whatever comments we may have on their issue drawings. We need your feedback on that as well.
Okay.
Correct.
All right, good.
Okay. Any other questions on the procurement support? All right. So here is the high-level schedule. I think this is the same schedule that was included in the bid package. Again, the bids were sent out last Friday, I believe. We're going to award by about Thanksgiving time frame, somewhere around the 24th. And the target is to try and get something on board for kickoff that first week of December. And the main push for that is so that we can get somebody on board for the solar kickoff in early December. So we even talked with Solar about the kickoff to see if we can push it out to January, because the rest of the month doesn't look good for them. But if we push it out to January, it doesn't work well with their schedule for the initial full game on the drawing board. So we're going to try and keep it early December timeframe. Again, these are the same milestone dates that were shown in the bid scope of work. So no difference there. And you can kind of see a high level proposed schedule for the procurement as well. So, and that's pretty much it for my bid presentation. I mean, y'all, if you know the presentation design, I wouldn't got too much into detail, but once to identify the components of what I'm expecting on this design, the overall dates, how we expect this work throughout the work filing process and whatnot. So, we go around the call and see if each individual company has any additional questions, concerns, or anything y'all like to bring up for discussion this time. So we'll start at the top here. I'm going to pick your order. It's just how it should up on my screen. Richie, W.S. Nelson, any questions, concerns, comments you got at this time?
Nope, I'm all good. Appreciate it.
Good deal. Kevin with Ian, any other issues, concerns from your end at this time?
I didn't have any at this time. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else from Ian Engineering?
Yeah,
Any questions?
this is Dan Helbeck. As far as earlier you showed the three options of where the facility might be located. When do you think the decision will be made on that, exact location, so we can lay everything out correctly?
It'll be one of the very first decisions once we get a right-of-way company on board and have them start running title search and whatnot. I'm hoping by about mid-December, at least that's the goal. So that one, especially the pipeline route and the compressed station size, I'm going to try and lock in as early as possible. But the compressor one, I don't think that's going to have too much discussion, honestly.
Okay.
It's just going to be whether or not the landowner is going to be acceptable for option 3. If they are, because all the right-of-way guys are very close on the landowner concern, because there aren't that many in South Texas, so we should know from which way we decide to work with. Yeah.
Okay. And then as far as I'm assuming the pipeline's already been awarded or whatever, but as far as like site survey and stuff, would we be able to get that from the pipeline firm, or do you expect us to own the site survey?
We are putting that on the right-of-way company right now. That right-of-way bidding is ongoing too, so we haven't selected someone. But we're going to get them to provide all civil survey as needed, so they're going to include civil survey for here. But what won't be included is geotech at this location. So yeah, if y'all can include 3 geotech boards at this site, that'll work.
Perfect.
So some of the other ancillary costs are noise modeling. We'll handle that separately. We may need some support for the noise modeling, such as distance defense lines, whatnot, or a KNC file or something. But noise modeling contract itself will handle, as well as the air modeling. So those two we'll handle outside of the engineering scope.
Okay. And then as far as full like thermal stress, acoustical, you okay with us, doing that in house? Do you have a preferred sub Southwest? Is there something you guys want for that?
Yeah, we usually reach out to Southwest or somebody like that. And Christine, what are your thoughts on that? I don't think we normally do that in-house with the engineering firm, right?
You're right.
Okay, so we'll solicit Southwest for a bid. In our pricing.
That would be, yeah.
Okay, I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else from Ian Engineering? Anyone else? All right. Keystone, Aaron, did you have any other questions, concerns, comments, and stuff?
No, nothing for me, thanks, Ken.
I do have something, so just a couple of questions. I saw, no worries. I saw in the bid that, you know, you're asking for lump sum, but it also shows that you have some project controls and scheduling requirements on reporting. Is that really just for analytics for your project controls team in-house? Are you looking to tie some of that reporting structure to the milestones, or it's the middle of the milestones what you guys are really looking for? Just trying to get clarity on that, what you guys are looking for.
Yeah, so good question. So, payment-wise, milestone-related will work. So, I mean, if you issue a phase or if you X, Y, and Z drawings, we can have that as a milestone. Primarily, it was for analytics and tracking on our end. That's what a lot of that was for the request, as well as the main one that we're going to need, obviously, is schedule tracking that one, as well as cost forecast, what we're expecting. So I'd like to have a overall monthly cost breakdown of what y'all expect to spend per month for that. Combine that at the start of the project, just cash flow, and then we'll fine tune and adjust that as needed as we progress the project. And if you have any,
sorry, is that forecast based on just the anticipated milestone invoicing is what you're looking for there?
correct.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Based on what we identified here as our milestones for the project, like let's say by February timeframe for engineering support, we know we have the preliminary design to be completed, so we can have a cash flow based on that schedule, at least know what we're expecting. So that gives, honestly, that gives an estimation of schedule of how much money we spend to date. If we're not spending the right amount by that certain date, I mean, we're behind, you know. So,
Gotcha.
and if you got any other specific questions on some of the analytics or requests, just send it out in a Q&A, because some of those are copy paste, and I may not need that level of detail of requirements. So there's something that just looks long here, just a little too intensive. Just let me know. We can definitely scale this project down as needed. So.
Totally understand. I'll do that. Also, I saw that in the phase one you had rendering and visual drawings. I'm assuming those are just like preliminary PFDs, PNIDs, plot plans. You're not looking for like a 3D rendering or anything like that, correct?
I would like to have a 3D rendering in place by then, like Navisworks, just a general layout type thing.
Okay, so yeah. So you're just looking for a general Navisworks, not like a render with like clouds and you know.
No,
stuff in
yeah,
it.
yeah, no 3D.
Okay, gotcha. That's all I had.
Did we ever get someone from Audubon or Gulf Interstate on the call? Good deal. Any other questions from anyone at this time?
Just one more, environmental inputs. Are there any environmental restrictions, delineations, other constraints that could complicate the third submittal that we're unaware of?
It's a difficult question. At this point, I can't think of anything that would be outstanding from a environmental standpoint. We're essentially in a dried up desert, so there really isn't too much of a concern. We may have some state of Texas requirements for retainment ponds or something that we may need to address early on that could affect the site layout. So it'd be good to go ahead and read up on those requirements beforehand so that we can implement those in the site layout. But from actual environmental and stuff, there's barely any trees out there. There may be some dried up waterways or water beds or whatnot, but from an environmental standpoint, it's a fairly simple location. So, yeah, that's what I expect. Yeah, I don't expect to make surprises down here from an environmental standpoint. So,
Understood. That's why I figured, but I always ask because you never know.
yeah. Well, you never know. I mean, we could run into a beetle that needs to be preserved down here for some reason, and we may need to change location. We won't know that until we actually kick off the environmental surveys. So just kind of FYI for y'all as well, the environmental permitting, we're going to get those kicked off the bidding, I think, next week. And we're going to try and get them on board early December as well. And one of the primary ones is obviously checking out the compressor site, making sure we're good to go. But just from desktop analysis initially with the internal Kinder Morgan folks, I mean, they didn't raise any alarms at all, for at least for our compressor station portion. Any other questions? All right, good deal. If you have any other questions, concerns, or comments, feel free to reach out to myself or Omar, and we'll try and get those questions gathered. We'll probably try and collect questions for a couple days or maybe a week or so, and try and answer them in batches. That's likely how we're going to try and approach that one. So, but if there's a urgent question that you need addressed quickly based on the vendor response, let me know or identify that in the Q&A. We can try and address that a little bit sooner as needed. So, Stephen, Christine, did you have anything else to add or comment to this?
Yeah, well, I just covered everything.
Yeah, I'm just reviewing the scope, and I might just send you some stuff, some minor things that might be slightly changed.
Okay, definitely. Yeah, if you're looking at the technical scope right now, Stephen, I haven't sent them the technical scope that Mitchell developed.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, I abbreviated that, pulled out what we needed, so. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll go and send you a copy of the scope work that they've got. I should send you that for reference, so I'll send you that this meeting, Stephen.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, cool, good deal. I appreciate everyone's attendance. If there's nothing else, I'll chat later. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sam Martin set to kick off.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. McCarthy to throw it. Caught, nice game left side. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. Coming to the line for another first and 10.
That's good for Bills. First down.
Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, two-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
All set now. First and 10.
That's another Bills. First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
They get to Pollard from the gun. And he couldn't get much there, but what he did get was absolutely crucial. That makes it first and goal.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And in, touchdown Buffalo. The Bills lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. McLaughlin sacks on the extra point. And the Bills make it a 10-point ball game. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. That's DK on the slant. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. It's a 31-yard play. And it brings up an LA first down. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense.
A gain of 31 yards. And the Chargers first down.
On first down, here's Daniels. Looking slant route complete. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Everybody rushing back to the line.
Chargers first down.
Daniels on first down. Now trying to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. Has some space inside the 15. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. And when we resume play, it'll be with a kickoff.
Sam Martin set.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Gamble now on the return. He lost the football. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Bills offense all set for their next drive. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to one score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. First and 10, it's Pollard. Room to work at the 35. And he's all the way up to the 41. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. Right back to Pollard. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
On third and long, it's McCarthy. Setting up the screen, it's Pollard. And he'll get it up to the 44.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. Now L.A. getting its offense all set to go. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. And he made it his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face third down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
He's back to throw. Taking a shot deep here. This is brought in at the 15. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 4th quarter lead. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Chargers take a 4-point lead. The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. Returning it from the 4. They're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Ball at the 33 for first down. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Couldn't find a completion on first down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
2nd down, McCarthy to pass. Wow, wide open here, complete.
Why the fuck is nobody?
The opposing 44. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. They've got 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
At the 50-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Bills needing 4 points. Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Brought in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd down, they need 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Here he is to throw. Caught by his back here. It's Pollard. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up.
It's 4th down.
Desperation time here on 4th. Has him on the quick
He's
hitter.
got one with the flats.
Burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Drops like the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long, but finally, this defense has an answer.
Throwing now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
They've got to go for it in his spot, Brock. This is 4th down.
Let's go.
Desperation time here. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Robinson to start the drive. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. Into the red zone. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
The Chargers just about ready. There they go, sending it away. Gamble now on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Bills set to take over offensively. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. Down a couple of scores. Those 2 timeouts they've got left are going to be crucial. Here's 1st down.
1st and 10.
They've got a man in motion. Throwing on 1st. It's McCarthy. This one's caught. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 40-yard line.
Zone read here. They get to Pollard. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. They're set up at the 35 now.
That's good for a Bills 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Right side and into the hands of Douglas. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They've got to keep moving quick here.
That's another Bills 1st down.
And there's the spike. 8 seconds to go. Here now, 2nd and 10 from the 17. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. It's undoubtedly the final snap of a decided contest.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Here he goes, one final shot. That one complete to Diggs. And he will not get to the end zone on our final play as the stop is made in time, and we're out of time in this game. So the Chargers take this one on the road. One of their longest road trips of the season, Brock. But thanks to that primetime slot, the body clock not too thrown off, and they played like winners on this big stage.
Yeah, they sure did. The only thing that's going to be screwed up on their body clock is that long flight home.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a whole lot easier celebrating a great performance.